The state security services have arrested Mr. Godwin Emefiele, who is the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. This was made known by an ally to Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is known as Bayo Onanuga, who made this during the night broadcast on PM News on that same day, Friday, June 9, 2023. Many have tried to put calls across in order to hear from the spokesperson of this same state security services, Peter Afunanya, but all those efforts proved abortive. Many have these questions in mind. Why was this governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, arrested? This has been a question in the minds of many now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office as the president-elect of Nigeria on Monday, May 29, 2023. And then we know that there has been a problem in the financial sector of our country, Nigeria. Or birthday ki na-eme ka ọ bụkwa na ịchọrọ imerụ mmadụ birthday shout out, kpọtụrụ anyị, o nwere ike echat anyị up. Ọ bụrụ na o nwere advertisement ị chọrọ, any of your products ị chọrọ ime ka ị mara ka ndị mmadụ anyị atụnyere gị, kpọtụrụ anyị, anyị ga-etinyekwu ya na ihe onyonyo anyị na-emegasị. Ihe ọbụla ị chọrọ ime n'aka anyị ka ị wee gbasa ozi gwa ndị mmadụ na ihe ị na-eme, kpọtụrụ anyị ma ọ bụkwa nọ echat anyị on WhatsApp 08067841298 08067841298. anyị ga-eme ka ya bụ ihe rute ndị mmadụ aka. Daalụkwa. What has this problem been? We know that there is an inflation in the financial sector of our economy. So, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that there are two things that led to the arrest and then the suspension of Mr. Godwin Emefiele as the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. The first cause is there is an ongoing investigation in the office of the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele. And then the second is there is a planned reform in the financial sector of the economy of our country, Nigeria. Mr. Godwin Emefiele, as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, was suspended from office from being the governor on Friday, June 9, 2023. Immediately, he was suspended. He was replaced by another person who is now an acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria in the person of Folashodun Adebisi Sonubi. We still remember that Mr. Godwin Emefiele, who is the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, assumed the office of this governorship on June 4, 2014, during the tenure of the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan. You still remember that Mr. Godwin Emefiele came into office due to the dismissal of his predecessor, Lamido Sanusi, in that same 2014. So immediately he was dismissed from office, Mr. Godwin Emefiele was replaced with him. And now, on Friday, June 9, 2023, Mr. Godwin Emefiele was dismissed from office and now being replaced by another person who is serving as an acting governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Folashodun Adebisi Sonubi. Mr. Godwin Emefiele needed to be investigated because it is through his tenure that there is a high inflation in the economy of Nigeria. Secondly, you will believe me that it is during the tenure of Mr. Godwin Emefiele that the economy of our country, Nigeria, depreciated in value. There is no value again in the oil price we have in the market. There is a devaluation in the financial sector of our economy. This was brought about by the mismanagement given to this economy of our country, Nigeria, by this same Mr. Godwin Emefiele. I believe as this man came into office, things were moving smoothly. All of a sudden, he began to misbehave. So I should support the investigation that should be carried out in the office of the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, due to what each and every one of us know he brought to our country, Nigeria. 1, inflation. 2, devaluation in the financial sector of our economy. There are so many things that were brought about by this same Mr. Godwin Emefiele in the economy of our country, Nigeria. So now, many will be saying, why should Mr. Godwin Emefiele be investigated? Why were other persons not investigated too? We know how the former president of our country, Nigeria, ruled this country, President Muhammadu Buhari. So people will now be saying, why does it mean that his own office was not being investigated before? An investigation should be carried on in the office of the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the president-elect of our country, Nigeria, should look into these questions in the minds of people. If you should begin an investigation in the office of so many persons who mismanaged the economy of our country, Nigeria, you should begin from the ex-president of our country, Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. And now you'll be coming down to other offices that mismanaged and then brought about this inflation in the financial sector of our economy.